Good morning, second graders. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. Today we only have a couple pages we'll be working on. We are going to be practicing some academic vocabulary, working on spelling our words with the ah sound, and doing a little work with commas and sentences. Go ahead and get your student interactive out, and we'll begin on page 579. Again, this is page 579. So back when we were in school, we had definitely talked a little bit about context clues, but I'm going to give you a reminder of what context clues are. Context clues within and beyond a sentence can help you determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. So when there's a word in a sentence that you don't know, sometimes an author uses words around that word to give you a hint about what it might mean. So we are going to take a look at these three sentences, and our job is to circle the clues that help us understand each bold word and then complete the sentences. So let's get started. Number one says Maria wants to be an environmentalist because she believes taking care of Earth is important. An environmentalist is a person who wants to blank. So we're supposed to circle the clue. So what in question number one or sentence number one gives us a hint about what it means to be an environmentalist? It says she wants to be an environmentalist because she believes taking care of Earth is important. So I think the hint is taking care of Earth. Go ahead and circle taking care of Earth. And then we're going to finish this sentence. An environmentalist is a person who wants to, and you'll write exactly that, take care of Earth. So make sure you've circled taking care of Earth, and then you write down an environmentalist is a person who wants to take care of Earth. Let's move on. Sentence two. Earthquakes and hurricanes cause a lot of destruction. Okay, now we're looking for a hint about what destruction is. It can take a community years to repair the damage. In this sentence, destruction means blank. So if hurricanes and earthquakes can cause a lot of destruction, the author then says it can take a community years to repair. Instead of saying repair the destruction, they say repair the damage. So damage means nearly the same as destruction. That's our context clue. So I want you to go ahead and circle the word damage. And then I want you to write in this sentence, destruction means damage. Go ahead and write that down. Last, we'll work on number three before we move on to the next page. Number three, a balanced meal includes foods from all food groups. If something is balanced, it is blank. Okay, so a balanced meal includes foods from all food groups. What do you think you would circle there? You should be circling from all food groups. If the meal is balanced, it's from all food groups. And so if it's from all food groups, it includes a bunch of different things. So if something is balanced, you're going to write includes different things. Go ahead and write that down, includes different things. When you're ready, we'll move on to the next page. We're going to skip this page and go straight to page 581. And I'm going to give you a quick reminder. Earlier in the week, we talked about the ah sound. We saw that picture of a dog, and we looked at his paw, and we knew paw was spelled P-A-W. And the different patterns we're working with this week make that same ah sound, such as A-W, A-U, A-U-G-H, and A-L. So your job for my turn is to use this box with your spelling words and your 2 words to know. And you are going to write the missing letters to make the spelling word. Write each word, then write the my words to know. So the my words to know are numbers 11 and 12. That's a hint for you right there. Okay, they're the only words that begin with a letter H. So you can just go ahead and write those words down. But for numbers 1 through 10, you notice that the ah sound is missing. So I see ch, which makes the ch sound, and I see the letter K, which makes the k sound, and I'm missing the ah sound, ch, ah, k. I know it's the word chalk, but how do I spell chalk? I take a look at my list, I see it's C-H-A-L-K. We talked about A-L being one of the patterns that we can use to make the ah sound, so you need to add your A-L and then write the word in its entirety on this line. So you're going to write A-L and then write the whole word chalk. And go ahead and cross off the word chalk when you've finished filling that out. On problem number 2, I see s, and I need to add the ah sound. Ah, saw. I know it's the word saw. Also, when I take a look at this list, I see there are only 2 words that begin with the letter S, and number 2 has the letter S, and number 9 has STR. So I can go ahead and use my process of elimination to figure out that this is the word saw. I need to add AW to make the ah sound, and then write the word saw in its entirety. I'll do one more problem with you, and then you'll be doing the rest on your own. Number 3, I see the letter T-O. I see one word that ends in T-O, and I know that I need to have the ah sound before that. Auto. I can take a look at my list. I see the word auto. It begins with AU. I'll write my AU. And then on the next line, I'll write AUTO. I'll write that word in its entirety. Go ahead and do the rest of these on your own. When you're ready, you have one more page left to work on, and I will work on this page with you. So commas in sentences are really, really important because a comma kind of tells you when to pause. As the reader, we use punctuation to help us know when do we stop, when do we take a breath and pause. And so if you're writing something or reading something and you've left these commas out, the person reading the writing doesn't know when to take those pauses, and sometimes the sentences just don't flow the way they should. Let's go ahead and read the top of this page together, and then we'll work on some editing as well. Commas in sentences. When you list more than 2 items in a sentence, use commas to separate the items in the series. Put a comma after each item, except for the last one. Do not put a comma after and or the word or. So let's take a look at this example right here. You can see that they've highlighted the commas in yellow. I'll read this to you. It says the characters in the play are mouse, bee, and ant. Do you guys notice how they've listed the characters? Mouse, bee, ant. They've put a comma after mouse, a comma after bee, and just like the rule says, do not put a comma after the word and. The next sentence, Becky, Liz, and Alex went to the beach. Is your favorite color red, yellow, blue, or green? So again, we're putting commas between the items we're listing. We are not putting a comma after the word and or after the word or. So for my turn, your job is to edit this draft by crossing out the incorrect commas and adding commas where they do belong. So I'm going to read this entire thing to you once, and then we'll go over it again together. Remember, there are some commas that we do not need, and there are some commas that are missing. Let's read. The children in grades 1, 2, and 3 had a pet show. Micah and Sam and Sophia brought in pet pigs. Other kids brought in dogs, cats, birds, and gerbils. They showed what their pets could do. Matt's dog could sit, beg, and roll over. Ken's cat could dance, play fetch, and give high fives. Okay, let's go back and reread. So the first sentence says, the children in grades 1, 2, and 3 had a pet show. So we're listing the grades 1, 2, and 3. Do we need this first comma after grades? We really don't. We're not listing the word grades. We're actually listing the grades, grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. So you do need your comma after 1. You need to add a comma in after 2. And do we need a comma after the word and? No, that would be a rule breaker. Let's move on to the next sentence. Micah, Sam, and Sophia brought in pet pigs. So we're listing Micah, Sam, and Sophia, and we're missing a comma after Sam. Go ahead and put a comma after Sam. Otherwise, we're not separating Sam from Sophia. The next sentence. Other kids brought in dogs, cats, birds, and gerbils. So we're listing the animals they brought in. We need a comma after dogs, and after cats, and after birds. And I see there's a comma after the word and. You need to cross that comma out. Remember the rule, no comma after and, no comma after the word or. Let's move on. They showed what their pets could do. Do we need any commas in that sentence? They showed what their pets could do. I don't think we do. But let's read about what Matt's pet could do. Matt's dog could sit, beg, and roll over. So we're listing what Matt's dog could do. Matt's dog could sit, we need a comma. Matt's dog could beg, comma, and roll over. So go ahead and add a comma after sit and a comma after beg. Our last sentence, Ken's cat could dance, play fetch, and give high fives. We really don't need to pause after hens cat, so you should get rid of that comma. We're listing that hens cat could dance, comma, play fetch, comma, and give high fives. So again, on this last sentence, get rid of that comma after cat, add a comma after dance, and add a comma after play fetch. Okay, guys, that's the last page we'll be working on today. Please reach out to me if you need any help or if you have any questions. I'm always happy to talk to you. I'll have another video for you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.